evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday night hockey here at the Bloomington Ice Garden. The Hastings Raiders up against your Jefferson Jaguars here on BEC-TV and Hastings Community TV. I'm Daniel Trummel alongside Josh Powers here on a very interesting senior night for the Jefferson Jaguars tonight. Josh, I just can't imagine what these seniors are feeling on the Jaguars.
Yeah, for one, it's kind of mid-season, but to have a senior night, but certainly unexpected season, but a season that, Daniel, is happening. And there won't be a traditional senior night ceremony tonight, but certainly we can talk about each of these players a little bit as this night unfolds. So hopefully it's a special night. We already have a JV Jefferson win, so hopefully the varsity can get another W on the board here tonight.
Yeah, I know these girls don't really like wearing masks on the ice, and it's been very different for a hockey season. I just know that they're just hyped to get back on the ice. And
you know, you're a fellow senior here at Jefferson too, Daniel. You know a lot of the senior class, so hopefully Jefferson can play well tonight.
Hastings Raiders and the Jefferson Jaguars. Let's meet the starting lineups, beginning with our visitors from Hastings. Starting in goal, number 33, Lauren Duvet. On defense, at number 9, Ariana Claren. And number 14, Kiki Radent. On the wings, number 6, Kylie Gruden. And number 20, Cece Bernard. And the starting center, number 24, Michaela Berquist. The assistant coach for the Raiders is Terry Brown. The head coach is Tim Duggan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the home team, your Jefferson Jaguars. Starting in goal, number 1, Becky St. George. On defense, number 4, Megan Windorf. And number 21, Kayla Youngworth. On the wings, number 5, Bella Grant. And number 13, Morgan Jones. And the Jaguars starting center, number 27, Jordan Fashing. The assistant coaches for the Jaguars are Nikki Nightingale and Josh Levine. The head coach is Mr. Mike Ryan. Ladies and gentlemen, we would ask that you would please face the east end of the arena. Gentlemen, remove any headwear as we honor our flag and country with the playing of our national anthem.
As the anthem closes now, we are about to enter the first period of Jefferson Hastings here on BEC-TV and Hastings Community TV. As we were talking about before, Josh, very different season for both teams, but tonight, usually there's supposed to be a walk down on the ice with the seniors, with their parents, and that's not going to be a thing tonight because of COVID.
No, but how cool, though, Daniel. 6 Jaguar seniors, 1 happens to be a goaltender, so they're able to field the entire starting lineup with only the seniors. That's kind of cool, and no seniors are left on the bench. So
yeah,
if nothing else, a little bit of good fortune there for the 6 seniors that are going to all start this game for Jefferson.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing to see all of that, and I know from watching all these previous games that these seniors just want to win and just win games at the best of their ability. And tonight, hopefully, they do that against the 3-6 Hastings Raiders. Jefferson entering tonight 1-5-3, 3 ties. An interesting season so far for them, just kind of figuring out their identity as a team, but maybe this might be the turnaround as Hastings wins the face-off here. Puck going on the far side, retrieved by senior Morgan Jones. On the boards here now is Hastings. Bergquist with the puck, taken away by Grant on the near side. Puck is behind the Hastings net. Here is Claren, push up against the boards. Good pressure there by Jones. Pass to the slide, and it's going to be a pass, or it's going to be a shot right in front of the net. And oh, lots of stuff going on already in the first minute here, Josh.
Yeah, great pressure by the senior line. It would have been awesome to see them somehow get that puck in the net on that first shift, but still can't start the game much better than that.
A couple good passes there by senior Bella Grant as Abby Longhenry from Jefferson takes it. The shifty shooter for Jefferson, who has the third most goals on the team, as Jefferson keeps it in on the near side. Who's Jada Johnson. And good job by Hastings taking away the speedy skater here. Rambasher with a good backhand move, and it's going to be a save by the senior Anderson right there. St. George, usually Anderson. And behind the net is actually St. George's stick right there, it looks like.
Jefferson, this would be a good time to ice the puck. That stick is very important. It's picked up by one of the Jaguar defenders.
Slap shot there by Hubbard on Hastings. Puck retrieved by Shook on the near side. Here's Hastings getting it back. Stick back in St. George's hands, thankfully.
And how about that first save from Becky, too? Put to the test right away, and the senior passes it with flying colors.
Big hit on the far side. Hastings wanting a boarding call right there. Same with the fans on that away side, but...
Yeah, I don't blame him. That could have easily been a penalty.
Hastings playing catch at the blue line. Here's another slap shot by Hubbard. A good save by St. George early, and an almost great opportunity there to Hansen, their captain, on Hastings. Nothing to be found there, though. Here is Hastings now behind their own net, trying to get an offense going. Daly on Hastings, passes down to Wozniak on the behind Jefferson's own net. Jefferson passing to the far side. Line change for both teams. Here's Hastings now. Hansen giving up. Puck is taken away by Sel Barch for Jefferson. Both teams 2 shots on goal right now. Lots of stuff going on behind the net for both teams already, Josh.
Well, the first shift belonged to Jefferson. Since then, it's been Hastings, but Jefferson's looking to get another chance here.
Blocked slap shot by Hastings. The sharpshooter Youngworth. Hastings not letting any type of look for Youngworth to maybe happen right there.
How about the speed, though, on that breakaway by Lexi Rambasher, number 11. She really showed the speed that Jefferson's going to have to contend with in this game.
And here's some more speed by Bernard on Hastings, and it's going to be taken away by Jefferson. But yeah, the speedy forward senior Rambasher right there doing the best Connor McDavid impression that she could do as the puck is kicked all the way to the near side, picked up by Gruden for Hastings. Puck is still free on the near side. Now retrieved by Bergquist. Bergquist takes it over to the far side to Hale. Hale's gonna figure out what to do here. Jefferson has applied pretty good pressure here already, Josh.
Yep, good forecheck in progress. Was just gonna make that point, and Jefferson holds his own again. That's gonna help utilize the speed of some of the Hastings forwards that we've already seen in this game.
And here's some more speed showed by Gruden, who almost got to the puck before 2 Jaguars. But in the previous games, Jefferson has seen lots of pressure from the other teams where not a single player is to be seen past the opposite blue line, and that's what Jefferson's kind of doing right now. Maybe Coach Mike Ryan's taking a page out of the opposite team's book tonight.
Well, they certainly saw a lot of speed as we saw on Saturday when they faced Warroad, Daniel, and hopefully that helped prepare them for another strong challenge from Hastings in this one.
Warroad, yeah, the team who should not be named for this Jefferson team. As
they are good.
They are very good. They can get out and skate as a shot actually hits the pipes on the Hastings net. Puck is on the near side, taken in by Lesh. Lesh is going to have a nice pass to Shook, who leads the team in goals, but nothing to be found there. Shook now passing up to Johnson, the fellow junior. Puck is now in the hands. Panvika. Panvika is going to get it taken away. Now here comes Hastings down, and here's that speedy. Now here's Rambasher just dropping it off for line change. Always scary to see number 11 in blue and yellow with the puck possibly.
She surprised me with that amount of speed on that first rush. So Haven't seen that yet from a lot of the other Hastings players, but we know at least number 11 has it, and no surprise that she's one of the top scorers, just 4th on the team in points.
Puck blocked off the blocker of senior St. George. We'll see how much playing time St. George will get this game on senior night, as Chastity Anderson, the main goalie for the Jefferson team, has been brilliant this year. Come just high-scoring games, although good save off the top of her, bottom of her helmet, excuse me. Very good save right there. But Anderson, Josh, she's been everything that Jefferson just needs this season.
Well, St. George has yet to play minutes until this game, Daniel. So to your point, we got Chastity Anderson, who's played so well for Jefferson, but so far, so good for Becky St. George.
Yeah, 4 shots on goal and all 4 saves, and this puck will go into Hastings' zone behind their own net. Here's Hastings on the far side, taken away by Getters. Hastings now coming down. Here's Gruden giving it up. Giving it up to Bernard. Bernard's going to have another shot on net, another save off the blocker of St. George. Good start for St. George, but Hastings good start as well, applying pressure.
Both these teams do not give up a lot of goals, Daniel. Hastings and Jefferson have each allowed 27 goals this year. So when you factor in teams have played, now for Jefferson, this is their 10th game. Their goals per at under 3, that's pretty darn good. Same goes with the Raiders. So expect a low-scoring one in this this battle.
And Hastings actually scoring more goals than they have let in this season, as they had a 3-game winning streak before Saturday. They had 21 goals combined in 3 games, pretty dominant, as the puck sails into Hastings' zone, as it's going to be icing on the Jaguars. But 21 goals in 3 games, that's not too bad at all.
And that's 75% of their goals on the year. You mentioned that 3-game winning streak against Visitation, North St. Paul Tartan, and Matamidi. So after losing their first 5 of the year, they bounced back with 3 in a row until their most recent loss.
Face off won by Hastings. Hubbard loses the puck right there on the near side. Hastings retains in their possession. The seniors are out and running, 13, 27, and 5. If you're watching at home, they are just all over the puck, as they have all the energy and momentum for this quote-unquote senior night. During periods and intermissions, we will be talking about the seniors, as they were asked questions.
Yeah, we do have some notes on them. Kind of like what we do on football, Daniel. Our senior spotlights, we'll have kind of the same thing here tonight for each of the 6 girls.
Wozniak on Jefferson takes it out to Hastings' zone behind the net. Puck flies, retained by Hastings. Bernard skating across from far side to near side, passes it to someone I haven't talked much about. Raiden, as a shot goes flying into the Hastings net, but it is saved. Raiden actually leading the team in points and goals. 7 goals, 3 assists this year. Pretty good season so far for her as a defenseman.
Yeah, quiet night so far for number 14, but certainly going to hear from her at some point.
I'm pretty sure 14 in blue and yellow was definitely circled on Mike Ryan's clipboard before this game. Good move by Hastings, number 23 Benson, but shot will go far right. Hastings still gets the puck off of a rebound. Senior Kayla Youngworth gets the puck down on the near side, passes it off to junior Grayshook, who's got a breakaway, who's scared, very scared in a breakaway, loses the puck. Hastings catches a break right there.
She was trying to get it across to Long Henry, who was open, but it would have taken a pretty healthy swipe, as we have a penalty coming on the Raiders. Good idea by Shuck, just couldn't quite execute a very difficult play.
Yep, first penalty of the game. This will be on Hastings as we look at this good save right here by the first start for the senior this year.
First minutes for Becky St. George. She was playing in the JV on Saturday, Daniel. Big step up against Hastings, but playing very nicely so far, as you see that penalty to McKenna Benson. So Jefferson power play so far at 20% this year. Great opportunity to take the lead.
Yeah, they did score last game. Let's see, and here's the 2 defensemen, Youngworth and Windorf, who connected for a garbage time goal last game, as Windorf plays catch with Youngworth. Foshing now behind Hastings' net, loses the puck. Now it looks like Hastings has it now, retained by Claren, the senior defenseman on Hastings. Morgan Jones, second in scoring, 3 goals this year for Jefferson. Passes to Foshing, Grant behind the net, gives it to Youngworth. Youngworth looks, Windorf, Jones, good passing by Jefferson, and it's gonna be saved, and puck is free. Jefferson swinging, puck is
Oh my goodness.
deflected off. Escape, perfect opportunity right there for Jefferson on this power play.
You like the puck movement, though. Very crisp for the Jaguars.
Yep, if you're looking at this goal right now, lots of open spaces. As good job by Hastings to kill off this power play.
Yeah, they really had Dubé, the goaltender, moving left, moving right. Good puck movement. Wish Morgan Jones would have settled that quicker on that one touch. He could have had a partial open net, but still good power play running right now for Jefferson.
As the puck goes into Dubé, and it's going to be a face-off down at Hastings' end as we look back at this chaotic sequence here.
Yeah, Mike Ryan's going to really like the puck movement here, and then they're active in front of the net trying to get at the rebound, and then a little bit of bad luck here as that shot from the circle is going to be deflected right at the end of that replay.
Johnson fires it to Wozniak. Johnson gets it back. Jefferson swinging the puck. 40 seconds left on this power play. Good job by Hastings to kill this off. Long Henry has it on the near side. Gives it to Lesh. Lesh is looking. Passes it back to Long Henry. Her pass to Shook, and it's a close call for Jefferson. Almost a big one-timer goal right there for Jefferson.
Well, different passing sequences on this shift than on the previous power play, so they're keeping Hastings on their toes defensively on the PK.
Good job by Hastings to ice it once again, their 3rd time. 10 seconds left on this power play. Good job by Hastings to kill this off as, like you said, Jefferson 20% on the power play. But wait a minute, it's not done quite yet. Long Henry makes a move on the near side. Brings it back to her forehand. Puck is now good defense there by the leading scorer, Radin, on the boards behind the net. Puck still hasn't been possessed to a team quite yet. Looks like Shook has it somehow in the front of the net, but
She was hit from behind too, Daniel. That could have been easily a Hastings penalty.
don't blink now. Rainbasher has it in Jefferson's zone. Good save by St. George. Make that 6 saves already for her as the puck is now on the far side, retained by Hale, the freshman defender for Hastings, as she shows her speed right here and puck handling skills as she passes up top to Hubbard. Puck is off the back end. Back to Hastings behind the net. Good pass in front, deflected off a couple of sticks, and now Youngworth will have it on that near side.
Great stick
Hastings
there by Julia Larson. Really denied a quality scoring chance with that deflection.
Julia Larson really making good of her minutes that she has gotten, as she won player of the
Here goes
last
Kayla.
game, and now Youngworth now on the near side. Oh, could have had a great opportunity right there. Passes it back. Puck right in front of the net. Oh, Youngworth didn't know where the puck was. Almost a big goal here, and the hands of the Hastings coach is up. He is baffled, and it's going to be a penalty. Yep.
Well,
You saw the frustration of the Hastings coach right there. Where's my penalty? And
it was coming. It was a pretty clear penalty here.
yep, this penalty going to be on Stella Barch, as
Kind of got tangled up with the Hastings player there in a pretty easy call as Barch's stick got up a little bit too high for the officials' liking. But how about that rush there by Julia Larson? Great shot with Youngworth right in front, and if only Kayla would have seen that drop, could have had a rebound point-blank goal for Jefferson.
yeah, great opportunity right there for Jefferson as the puck goes flying behind the net. Hastings this year in the power play, as we look here, they have a 15% power play, 5% less than Jefferson. Nonetheless, it's going to always be hard for Jefferson, as they've had a tough time killing the power play this year.
They've got 80%, not bad numbers, Daniel. You'd like that number to be closer to 90, obviously, but their power play offense makes up for it with being 20% on the year.
Hastings just dishes it down behind net. Jefferson actually not icing it. There we see it. Maybe we were going to see a shorthanded opportunity right there for Jefferson, as Hastings playing catch across the half line. Hanson, the captain for Hastings, gets the puck on her knees. Good job by Grant to ice it right there. But actually it's going to go right to Hubbard, who's going to try to make a move. Hastings staying on sides right here. Now here's an opportunity for Hastings, and it's going to goal. It's going to be a goal right there for Hastings, top left.
Lauren
Hastings.
Scove. With
Like
that
you
power
said,
play
Skov
goal.
right there, power play goal, right when we were saying what a great start for
10.
St. George right here. Number 10, Lauren Skov, the junior,
I don't have an assist for that one. I'll double check.
for
though.
the goal. And
You hear the official there on our BEC-TV mic thinking it's an unassisted goal. You can see why Skov leads them in goals now, Daniel, with 6. She's second on the team in points. That shot was just tucked just underneath that crossbar. Great location and a power play goal for the Raiders.
yeah, my reaction for it was quite delayed. I was like, wow, I was still in shock of that top. And Les trying to do the same thing on the opposite end. But yeah, a great shot, like you said, just tucked in the perfect spot. I don't think you could make any better shot from that angle if you were Skov. Puck now behind Hastings' net, retrieved by Skov. Great pass right there, but it's going to be a line change, thankfully, for Jefferson's sake, as it's going to be icing on the Raiders going over back to their zone. Let's look back at this goal and just excellent placement here.
You marvel at the
Skov.
shot location, and it looked like St. George thought it was going to be in her glove, and it just missed over the top of that glove. So a tough one there for St. George. Not sure if she was partially screened there by the 2 Jefferson defenders, but either way, great location from Skov on that first Hastings goal.
That's what's going to happen on those power plays. You have to try to stay as clean as possible if you're both teams. Power plays is what's going to be the advantage tonight, as Barch is now skating behind Hastings net, wrapping it around, finds an open Jaguar here in Panvika. Panvika gives it back. Here's Jada Johnson now on the attack. Barch gets it from her, who lost, and it's going to be a muff shot here by Getters, and racing down is a Raider and a Jaguar, and it looks like another maybe possible penalty that should have been called right there up against the boards. I don't know what these two teams did before this game to these boards, but they must have some type of beef or controversy right now. Puck goes to the middle. Hastings gets it back. Good defense by Youngworth, who has done great all season on the Speed Rain Basher. Gives it to her D partner, Windorf, and now here comes the Jaguars. Bella Grant, the senior, on the near side. Taken away by Claren. Behind the net is now Hastings. No team's really had a really real possession in this past couple minutes. It's been just free for all as the puck is just flying on opposite ends here, as Jones gets a good pass right here to Youngworth, who's going to take a shot. And
Oh, my
another muff slap shot for Jefferson.
Unusual for Kayla to do that. Usually the best shooter on this Jefferson team.
Yeah, we were thinking that's going to be on net every time, and if it's not, it's going to be breaking the glass behind the net. As good steal here by Windorf. Puck is still in the air, and it's going to be a goal! Megan Windorf, her second goal of the season, just a couple nights ago having her first, and now she has her second here on senior night. Megan Windorf ties the game.
Number 4 unassisted.
Love the effort from Wendorf. That first shot was blocked, Daniel. Like a rebounder in basketball, just kept charging after it. Good things happen when you go to the net. For Megan Wendorf, always great to see seniors do something nice on senior nights, regardless of the sport, and certainly Megan Wendorf doing that and tying this one up, Daniel, too late in the period.
Yeah, that's huge for Jefferson, as some games they have started really slow, and now that they have this momentum of senior night and the senior scoring, this could be good for Jefferson, as puck is taken away here by Hanson from Hastings. But don't blink now, as Speedy Jana Lesh is going to bring it out to the other side. 20 seconds left in this first period. 1-1, 7 shots on goal for Hastings, 6 for Jefferson. Puck behind the net, retrieved by Daly. Daly now trying to find a Raider. Jefferson swarming right now, Josh.
Yeah, good shift by Jana Lesh. Not going to be enough time for a shot here, but really like that. I don't know if that's a play that she makes earlier in the year, Lesh. She's only a freshman, really seems to be growing in confidence. And you saw Jefferson there grab the momentum at the end of that period with that nice goal from Megan Wendorf.
Yeah, great goal right there. Just like you said, the rebounds will pay off for you eventually as we're closing into this first period. And while we're on the topic, let's talk about
an odd coincidence,
An odd
Daniel. She
coincidence.
scores, and now we're going to talk about the senior Megan Wendorf.
Megan Wendorf, parents of the daughter of Trisha and Steve Wendorf, her third year of varsity hockey this year. Her college plans are undecided. Her words of advice for her teammates is that there's no limit to the great things you can accomplish. This is, all capitals, your life. It is your life.
Well, I know she's wrestling with whether or not she wants to play hockey at the next level. Daniel, that's certainly one of the options that she has in talking with Mike Ryan, and certainly that's something that her older brothers have done at the next level too. So Megan Wendorf, she's got the size that you're looking for in terms of that height for a defender, particularly at the next level. So already, what a night for her.
Yeah, and for colleges looking at Megan Wendorf, I would not be surprised at all if Megan used this clip right here for this big goal to tie it up 1-1. Jefferson Hastings here on BEC-TV and Hastings Community TV. We will be right back with you. Don't go anywhere.
If doctors, nurses, and grocery store clerks can wear a mask for 10 or 12-hour shifts, you can wear a mask for an hour or less when you go to the store. Do your part. Mask up, America.
back to Tuesday night hockey here at the Bloomington Ice Garden. It is 1-1 after the first here on BEC-TV and Hastings Community TV. I'm Daniel Trummel alongside Joshua Powers. Pretty action-packed first period here. 13 shots on goal combined, 6 for Jefferson, 7 for Hastings as we look at the highlights. What key things really popped out to you in that first period, Josh?
Well, I think Jefferson's forecheck was pretty strong, Daniel. But you have to give Hastings credit at times as we look at these highlights. They were able to use their speed to their advantage, but I was impressed with Jefferson's forecheck. Obviously, both teams completed opportunities that they had when they had the chance. As you see, Jefferson, that was that opening minute flurry. And then right back the other way, as you mentioned action-packed, that was all in the first minute as that shot almost got by Becky St. George.
And a loose stick as well there. Pretty impressive to be sitting in net without a stick.
St. George ends up with 6 saves in the period.
Yeah, we'll see if Junior Anderson will make an appearance in the second period, but why not keep your senior goalie in 1-1? Might as well keep her in for this special night, as it is, if you're just joining us, quote-unquote senior night for these seniors, as during such a unprecedented time, it's not really a very great senior night experience for these seniors, Josh.
They did just do the ceremony, and each of the players kind of popped their head out of the makeshift locker rooms onto the ice and got a nice little hand from the Jaguar parents that were here. This is the penalty, though, to Getters, Daniel, which would lead to this power play goal right here from Lauren Scove on that beautiful location, just in the top. Couldn't be any more in that top corner, but then Wendorf getting it right back for Jefferson on the rebound.
Yeah, great rebound right there by Wendorf. Last period, we talked about senior Wendorf for our senior spotlight. This time we'll touch on St. George, who we were just talking about. Becky St. George, the senior goalie, daughter of Jenny and Jeremy. Becky has played 5 years with the Jaguars. She plans to join the local 49ers after high school, the Heavy Machinery Operations Union. And her words of advice for her teammates is work hard for the things you want because it will pay off in the end. Could not have said it better. Senior Becky St. George right there. And also let's talk about the manager for the Jaguars, for this Jefferson Jaguars. Right there, Lacey Morrow, daughter of Wendy and Todd. Been the manager for 2 years now for this varsity hockey team. Is enlisted in the National Guard and will follow that path after high school. And her words of advice for the younger players is never give up. Fight for what you want.
Trying to stay warm.
Exactly.
It's not that cold out, Lacey. It's better than being outside.
Oh, way better than being outside, especially when we reported last Saturday on that War Road game here in the Garden. Ooh. It was pretty cold, not only in here in the rink, but outside. I think it reached almost -20.
It was.
Pretty cold, as you get a look at that Jefferson
team
right there.
Talking about these makeshift locker rooms, that's normally an area where fans can gather between periods to warm up a little bit more. That's in that lobby area with a refreshment stand that is not be operational during because of COVID. But those are the makeshift locker rooms this year, Daniel. In fact, to get in a little bit larger of a space than the locker rooms on the other end of the arena. So both those teams using those areas this year due to COVID.
6 seconds now till puck drop for this second period. It looks like senior goalie St. George will skate back to her home in net as the buzzer sounds. 1-1. Second period on its way. Jefferson 1-5-3 versus the 3-6 Raiders. Both teams scoring, both teams having a power play, both teams scoring. We'll see who gets the upper end here. What really is the difference maker in the second period for both teams? As like you said, you expected a low-scoring game, 1-1 after the first period. Isn't necessarily a low-scoring game, but who can really tip the scale here in the second period and take advantage?
Well, certainly Jefferson has speed on their side. When you talk about players like a Grace Shuck, we haven't heard a lot from Kayla Youngworth yet. Certainly she's a difference maker for them. And then for Hastings, their top weapons, a Kiki Radin, for example, quiet night for her so far. She's a defender, but so important to what they do, and she's only a sophomore, Daniel. So We'll see here. Usually it's a team that makes the most mistakes, gives the game away, but that hasn't been so. Both teams finishing chances that were not given to them but earned for the goals. So excited to see what this period has in store.
As we weren't talking about Youngworth a lot in that first, but there is a quick shot on net by Youngworth off the blocker of Hastings. And I would like to add this little stat that I had, that both teams score the most goals. They score their most goals in the second period, so we might be in for a treat this second period here at the Garden.
Well, they've allowed their opponent to score the most goals in that period.
That, as well as another muff slap shots. Puck and Stick are not cooperating for the slap shots here for Jefferson. For that all-senior lineup in for Jefferson. Puck goes corralling down to the far side, to the quiet night of Radent. Puck still on the far side. Retrieved by Grant. Grant looking, Grant making a move, drops it off for Lesh, who had a good final touch on that first period. Drops it off, no one's home. Here comes Speedy Hale down. Just no one on the opposite side. Grant will get it on the far side. Once again, passes it to Long Henry. Puck goes flying to the near side, picked up by Lesh. Lesh looking for another Jaguar. No Jaguars near her. Radent once again gets the puck taken away from her.
Yeah, had a good head of steam, but credit Jada Johnson. Right place, right time, knocked it away.
Doing a good job, Jefferson, containing Radent this game. As Shook almost had a good forehand opportunity there for a shot on net. Goalie Dubé has 7 shots on goal, tied face on them, and the look on your face, Josh, what do you think about that right there?
Thought it was a trip, but what do I know?
Oh, and they call a trip on.
I think just an icing here, but
good,
certainly I
good
thought
call there.
Grace Shuck, he had a stick between her skates and she fell down. Could
Seems
make
like the definition
a
of tripping
solid
to me.
case for a penalty, but still the Jaguars get an offensive zone face-off here.
For most of the part, this game, refs have let them play a little bit. 2 obvious calls called in the first period, but other than that, lots of board checks, lots of little aggressive stuff going on. Let's see if the team's got any bad blood between each other in the second period. Puck goes flying off the boards behind Hastings' net. Press up against the boards here is 18 getters and Hubbard for Hastings.
With the Jaguar forecheck added again, Daniel forces another turnover.
Slap shot there by Youngworth off the blocker of Dubé. Hastings taking it to the other side. Good job by Schuster, but ultimately taken away by the Jaguars. Puck will go behind Hastings' net, and it will be icing on the Jaguars. As we look at the Hastings bench right here.
Tim Duggan and Terry Brown, the head coach and assistant coach, respectively. Jefferson forecheck again. Daniel is a strength for them. The first period, they were able to force a turnover there in that long distance shot by Youngworth.
And Youngworth will keep on shooting those. Eventually it will fall. Fast break for Jefferson. Here's senior Morgan Jones, makes her move with her, far right there by Morgan Jones. Great move to get an opening shot right there. So close for the senior. Jefferson swinging it to the hot hand. Windorf off the top. A good save by Dubé. Wow, pretty chaotic already to this little line for Jefferson.
This senior line has played really well, Daniel. It's not a line that has been playing together all season, which is the crazy part about it. They've come together for this game and they've really come to play.
The aggression has definitely been shown by this line, as good job by Jefferson keeping it on sides, but Daly's not going to let any of that happen. Gives it back to Claren behind her own net. Hastings setting back up. Both teams line change. Puck is corralled by Windorf. Good block by Hastings, but Windorf, once again off that rebound, almost had control on that. Puck is now behind the net on the boards for Hastings. Claren's going to get the puck back. Windorf just trying to keep it on the other side, as that senior defensive pair that's been great all season, Youngworth and Windorf, will go off the ice. Jefferson giving it up. Here's Scove, who had a goal in the first period. A beautiful goal, may I add, just tosses it into Jefferson's zone.
Coach's daughter, Alyssa Ryan, getting some action here. I believe that's the first time I've seen her on the varsity this year.
Yeah, got brought up, I think, in practice just the other day. And
Number 14 in white.
puck is pressed up against the boards here on the far side. No possession still, as there's 2 Jaguars and 2 Raiders. Body is on the ground. Puck still uncontainable. Now it is by Shook, the speedy Shook. Like you said in the beginning of this period, makes her move, tries to skate around.
Good D
Raiden.
though by Raiden. You see why she's such a strong player for them.
Stats show the offensive presence she brings, but this game's all been about the defense for her, as Youngworth's gonna have another chance on net, and it's gonna be another save. Dubé having Youngworth's number this game so far. I think that's 4 shots on goal for Youngworth already, and oh, she clearly just wants that puck to get in eventually, right, Josh?
Of course. That's why you play the game.
That's why we play the game.
But more good stuff from the Jaguars. They're winning a puck battle in their own zone, able to get it back, transition game, smooth up the ice.
And even though these shots on goal may not result on anything besides that scoreboard, it does help with pressure and momentum, as a good glove save, not glove though, by St. George. Puck now going into Hastings and picked up by Schuster. Schuster's gonna get the puck loose. Here is Barge with the shot on net, and it's gonna be off the blocker of Dubé. Good job by Barge just putting it on net though right there, as good move by Hubbard to get away from Barge. Puck will go flying into Jefferson's zone. This is most likely gonna be an icing on Hastings off the opposite end.
Kayla Youngworth doing a nice job there, acting like she's skating as fast as humanly possible, but not really in an effort to get the icing call. But you saw the nice move there by Barge. Quick turn, quick pivot.
Was able
to get that on net relatively quickly. You like to see that type of growth from some of Jefferson's non-senior players.
Face off won by Jefferson. Puck on the near side behind the net. Retrieved there by Schuster. Schuster now across the boards, trying to get it out of their zone. Good job keeping it onsides is Grant, and now Hastings got a fast break. Here's Sculf, who had a goal in the first period. Wozniak, the junior, good defense right there, just harassing her right there. Shot on net, it's gonna be far right and hitting another Raider. Was Hubbard to Skov, as now Jefferson will now go on the near side boards, as puck will just be taken away. No team really taking a real advantage here in this second period.
Yeah, more close to the vest. We talked about mistakes. There haven't been many in this game. We've seen very few odd player rushes, save for that. There's a little mistake here by Youngworth.
And this might cost them, as she actually redeems herself there, Josh. Good defense, and I think that's what we're expecting. And this is a defenseman who actually was playing center, body on the ground. This could be where they capitalize. Another muff shot there by Youngworth. She's frustrated. She knows that.
Well, what do you do when you make what do you do when you make a mistake, Daniel? A little misplay at center, but she hustled back, stole the opportunity away, then carried it end to end. A little bit of ankle breaking action there to have the Hastings defender fall, but that's the type of offensive talent that has, basically forced the staff to take a look at her to play a forward spot this year. But when you can have that type of offensive mindset from your defenders like Youngworth, that's a luxury that a lot of teams don't have.
Yeah, it's like almost the reference we brought up last Saturday, having your center bringing it up at point guard. It's just a luxury to have someone like that be able to control the puck like that, as now Hastings will get a shot on net. St. George choosing not to glove it there. What do you think about that, Josh?
She tried to corral it, but couldn't quite find the handle.
Looks like a delayed penalty.
And it's going to lead to a Jefferson penalty, unfortunately. So St. George tried to cover it, could not quite do it, and then Jefferson takes a penalty.
Boarding on Jana Lesh here, the freshman.
And we talked about offensive-minded defenders, and Hastings knows what we're talking about. They have a player like that in their number 14, Kiki Raiden, who's out here going to quarterback this power play for them.
Maybe we might hear that name again as they had a power play in the first period and took advantage. Let's see if they do it again here. Here is Hastings behind their own net. The speedy Rambasher looking for some more Raiders. Puck goes flying in front of the net. Retrieved by Youngworth. Puck stays into Jefferson's end. Here's Aruba keeping it onsides. Is now Radent. Puck going onto the far side. Hastings behind their own net. They're playing catch. Good job by Jefferson so far. No shots on net so far. Passing it to a wide open Rambasher on that near side. Up to the point, up to the lead score, and it's going to be far left for her first shot on net. Good job by St. George. Seen a couple people fall just out of nowhere. Maybe Zamboni didn't do the best of jobs. It's a good block shot by Youngworth.
She's like an extra goalie back there making these kick saves.
Yeah, nothing new. Nothing new from number 21 in white. And royal blue, you could almost say.
Officially Columbia blue.
Columbia blue. More arms flying in the air on that visitor side. Another possible tripping call missed here. As Skov looking for a second one, but St. George says, not on my senior night. That will be my puck. 30 seconds left in this power play. Good job killing it so far is Jefferson.
Yeah, better puck control there from St. George. Makes no mistake with a little bit of leather work there.
Makes it look so easy. I love seeing those glove grabs. Speaking of which, here's another one. You think St. George likes the glove a little bit, Josh?
She seems comfortable with it, I will say that. So if I'm Hastings, I'm picking up on that. I might be trying to beat her on that stick side versus that glove side.
As Hastings wins this faceoff, here's Radent giving it up. Good move by Rambasher, but nothing to make out of it. And here could be a shorthanded opportunity for Jefferson as the puck goes flying to the near side. Johnson gives it up. Jefferson now.
Good play there.
Yeah, good job there to just get the puck out of the way. Shook was going down to her end, quickly swerves as she gets hit into the boards. Power play is now killed for Jefferson. Puck goes flying to Jefferson's side. Youngworth retrieving it behind her own net. Looks up, looks that she may have numbers here. Skates on the near side. Makes a good move to get into the center of the ice, and the shot will be far upright. Good looking shot though for Jefferson and Youngworth right there. You can't be mad about that chance.
No, really in transition. She's moving like she's a cheat code out there, Daniel. Just unstoppable.
More or less doing whatever she wants. Another shot by Youngworth will be blocked. A little confusion here by Jefferson with Lesh and Shook almost colliding into each other. Windorf now going into her own zone behind the net. Looking for another Jaguar. Finds her senior Youngworth. Another shot blocked. Hastings circle 21 in white tonight as she has yet to get a goal. Same with Radiant though, may I add. Both defensive players who usually get a great offensive showing hasn't scored on really anything. Both have gotten pretty good looks, but nothing to make out of it.
Both teams just so solid defensively, Daniel. They're in the shot lanes. They're willing and able to block shots. That's why you're seeing very few shots on goal in this game, just 10 on each side, and we're more than halfway through it. It's because of the strong structural defense. As we get that one sneaks through there off the faceoff. Jefferson could do more of that to get some extra opportunities, but just both teams solid in the back in their own zone, and seen a lot of block shots in this game.
Face-off was won by Jefferson last time. This time won by Hastings. Hastings trying to get a type of run here. Benson pushes it to the Jefferson side of the ice. Puck goes to the senior Grant. A good aggressive play right there by Rambasher. Puck now possessed by Jefferson on the far side. Puck flies magically to Hale. I didn't see how that puck got there, but at one time I see the puck at the far side boards, and magically just gets kicked to the opposite end as it's icing here.
Sometimes it just finds you.
Yeah, and this year has really found Shook, as we've oftenly said, right place, right time for number 6 and White with 6 goals this year, and she's been pretty quiet too,
Has
may I
been.
add.
Has been a
This
quiet
game.
night. We haven't talked a lot about Grace Schuck in this game. That's
Pretty good if you're on Hastings
I
side.
was going to say music to the Hastings fans' ears there.
And pretty good ears. If you are just joining us here on Hastings Community TV or BEC-TV, it is 1-1 here at the Bloomington Ice Garden as the puck now propped up by Julia Larson, who had a very good game last game, saved by Dubé. Perfect second period for both goalies so far. Jefferson killing a power play. Earlier we were talking about whatever team maybe makes more mistakes could be the ones losing the advantage. Both teams making mistakes, but both teams also not taking advantage of the mistakes. Puck was not controlled by Hastings. Will belong to Jefferson, but back to Hastings is Maddie Schuster, the freshman. Nice delivery pass over to her junior Scove, who scored earlier. Drops it off for a slap shot on net, and it's going to be a save by St. George. Great save right there. As we look back at this save, that was a nice drop pass right there to give it to her shooter. And once again, the glove work.
The glove work from St. Although the goal that beat her was to that glove side as well back in the first period, but still a strong showing for St. George considering this is the first varsity minutes of the season for her.
Yeah, St. George, first varsity minutes, like you said, usually in net is Anderson. But it is the disgruntled and very odd senior night for Jefferson tonight. Fortunately, no players got to go on their annual walk with their parents before as puck goes flying to the far side. This could be an opportunity here for Hastings. Hastings gonna get a shot on net here, sliding right in front of the net was the puck. Hastings makes a good move, but puck was mishandled by Hastings Gruden, and it will be, right now it will go back to Hastings. Hubbard, good delivery pass right there to Bernard. Bernard pressured by Lesh and Windorf. Somehow the puck gets through though, but if you get past Windorf, I can guarantee you it's going to be a lot harder to get past Youngworth right afterwards, Josh, as both of them have been playing really good as seniors this year.
Jefferson, really both these teams, but Jefferson, you know, particularly those last two plays, rotating over when one person gets beat. So you get around Wendorf, Youngworth is there.
As here's a great opportunity here by Shook. You see the fast puck movements and an almost filthy goal, and it looks like a penalty here on Hastings on that shot on net. And I saw that look on your face. You were like, yeah, where's the penalty? I'm ready for that penalty.
Well, the official furthest away from the play was forced to call it, but great steal by Shuck, really making things happen. Daniel taking matters into her own hands, and she drew that penalty, and now a chance for the Jaguars to recapture the lead.
Not scoring on the power play.
Another
was
look at it.
Jefferson in the first period, as you see the quick hands by Shook right there. So scary if you're goalie in that face up against 6 and white. And blue is making one. Was her second one of the day. Good glove save by Dubé. Both teams perfect in the second period. No goals.
She really is playing aggressive tonight, number 4, Wendorf.
Yeah, I have.
Got that goal on Saturday. That seems to have given her offense a lot of confidence.
It seems like Jefferson switching up their usual power play offense. As they started up, Youngworth, a little give and go like in basketball, but it's gonna actually go to Grant, and it's gonna be saved. A good opportunity, good play written up there by Coach Mike Ryan, maybe right there, as the seniors really wanted that one to work.
And I like keeping this all senior group together for this power play. Again, It hasn't been the case all year, but Coach Ryan, Coach Nightingale rolling with it tonight, and so far it's paid dividends. They're the group that scored back in the first period.
Yeah, puck has not crossed the blue line for Hastings. Good job by Jefferson staying aggressive on their end of this power play as Windorf and Youngworth playing catch puck. Thankfully, it does not cross the blue line for Jefferson. Windorf now weighing in her options. 4 Raiders in making that big square in that zone in front of the goalie. I can tell you Dubé definitely appreciates that as Youngworth gets it at the top, passes to Fossing, back to Youngworth. She's gonna have a shot on net, it's gonna be blocked off of a Hastings stick. Youngworth, so many shots, so many opportunities, nothing to make out of it so far.
Good stick by Scobes. She was the one that blocked that shot just in the nick of time as Jefferson was able to find Youngworth between the circles.
Under 1 minute now, 45 seconds in this power play. Good job by Hastings to kill this off. Bullet pass by Windorf to Youngworth. Youngworth weighing her options on the near side, passes it behind Hastings net to Foshing, back to Windorf. A little give and go. Youngworth gets it at the key. Looking past it to Morgan Jones. Shot on net is far left. Another good opportunity by Jefferson. 25 seconds left in this power play, and it's going to be a good entry pass here by Hastings to Skov, who scored earlier, and it's going to be a great save on the short-handed goal opportunity there. What a save by St. George.
Coming up big, Youngworth could not cut off the angle enough to prevent a shot without drawing a penalty, and relied on her senior goaltender to come up big in this moment. And watch St. George's come out a little bit there to cut down the angle, and then able to keep that rebound close enough to her where Jefferson's able to scoop in and swoop up that rebound.
Interesting right there, Josh. That shot on goal went to her glove side once again, as they still do not believe that glove side is any good. But after 4 of those snags like your Mookie Betts against the wall, they're still doubting it, as here's Wozniak coming down on the far side. Puck gets flown into the opposite end behind the net in Hastings zone. Long Henry and Schuster getting into a scuffle there on the boards. Both of them staying aggressive on each other. Puck now goes to Shook behind the net. Puck now flies down the near side. Here's Johnson, weighing her options. Gets the puck off. Is this possibly to Long Henry? Yes, it is, and it's going to be another.
Wow.
I was going to say another penalty, but it looks like this will just be
That is crazy to me.
a face-off because the goal was loose. No call right there, Josh.
Kiki, this puck, the luck of this puck to go right to Long Henry somehow. It just trickled past
Sorcery,
Radent.
almost, you could say.
It was like he had a remote control on the Jaguar coaching staff. But watch Radent here. To me, this is a slash. Actually, when you look at it on the other angle, Daniel,
They look like both of the players are kind of
yep,
doing their own thing, so maybe almost a good call in lifetime by
yeah, it looked
refs.
worse from the angle that we have up here.
Puck goes magically right to Youngworth with a good-looking shot, almost like the one that she had in that overtime tie that they had versus St. Louis Park. The possible game winner that she had, if that did count, I know what her senior memory would be as it goes to her. Once again, another shot will be deflected off of a Hastings Raiders stick. 1 minute now left in this second period. No teams have scored yet. What a pass to Youngworth! And no good again. This goalie Dubé is on a mission against assistant captain senior Kayla Youngworth.
I think Youngworth would want that one back a little bit. Daniel, what a terrific pass from Stella Barsh. I don't know how she had the vision to see Youngworth there moving perfectly toward the net. And you'd want that a little bit more to the corner if you're Youngworth. Still an outstanding save nonetheless by Dubé.
Dubé facing only 5 shots on goal in the second period, but all of them have been good shots on goal. Entry pass there by Grant to no Jaguar to be found there. Johnson gets a good pass to Jones, goes out to Wozniak off the blocker of Dubé. Jefferson really playing aggressive now in this final 5 minutes. They have been controlling the entire game as they keep this entire period, as Foshing gets the puck taken away from her. Now it's Hubbard passing it to Hansen. Hansen giving it behind the net to Braden, who gives it right back to Jefferson in 15 seconds left.
Yeah, 4 checks added again, Daniel.
15 seconds left now in this, 10 seconds left. And as bodies collide, puck is flying to the middle. Jefferson does not retain possession, and this is how we are gonna end our second period, 1-1. No goals scored, 16 shots on goal for Jefferson and 12 for Hastings. A good second period For Jefferson, they 6 shots on goal, 4 more than Hastings period, but how about Youngworth not being able to get that siren sounded this period? What does Jefferson have to do to really tip the scale for this third period? Do they keep on playing this aggressive, or do they take the more passive end and just let the plays come to them?
I think they stick with their game plan. I love the aggressive forecheck. It's really working. As you see Mike Ryan and Nikki Nightingale walking off there, and that allowed them to outshoot Hastings in that second period. Yes, the puck got behind them a couple of times, Daniel, and it led to some really strong scoring chances for Hastings. But you also have to give this Raider defense credit. They're blocking a lot of shots, Daniel. They've had a strong performance by Dubé, and they're not making any mistakes. Jefferson, they've been a little bit quicker team. They've got their forecheck going right now, but give Hastings credit too, because they're pretty solid back there defensively.
Yeah, I'm for sure giving Dubé credit there. Perfect second period for her. And one of the things that have been working the forecheck, like you said, but how about those entry passes? And most of those passes are coming from senior Bella Grant, who we will be talking about now for our senior spotlight. Bella Grant, the senior, parents or daughter of Jamie and Joe. This is her 14th year playing hockey as a Jaguar. Her plans after high school will be attending the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire. And her words of advice to her teammates is have fun and play hard, as you see Bella Grant, the senior, right there. And alongside her is Morgan Jones, who has probably played with her majority of their hockey careers. Morgan Jones, the senior, number 13. Daughter Debbie and Matt. This is Morgan's 5th year with the Jefferson Jaguars. Her plans after high school is undecided. Her words of advice for her teammates is don't ever take anything for granted, because you will never know when it will be taken away. And that's so true this year, Josh, as it's been such a weird season. Morgan Jones, the senior, number 13, as she's had some great opportunities too. We'll see if they carry those opportunities on to the third period. 1-1. Hastings Jefferson here on BEC-TV and Hastings Community TV. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Myth. I can party with people as long as they don't have symptoms. That myth is false. As we've seen, up to 40% of people who have COVID-19 are asymptomatic and can pass it on to others. So I'd recommend avoiding any social parties, especially indoor ones. If you want to try to socialize but reduce your risk, I'd recommend meeting outside in small groups, continuing to wear a mask, and socially distancing from others if you can. Then together, we can keep COVID-19 out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Jefferson versus Hastings 1-1 here at the Bloomington Ice Garden here on BEC-TV and Hastings Community TV. I am Daniel Trummel alongside Joshua Powers as we are 3 minutes away from the third period puck drop. Pretty good second period as we look at some highlights here, Josh. Jefferson just looking like they were in all control. 6 shots on goal to Hastings 2.
Yeah, Jefferson didn't give up much in that period. They controlled the play in the offensive zone. They're able to get a couple rushes up ice, but every time it looked like they'd have a grade A shot, a Hastings player would deflect a shot, they would block a shot, or Dubé would make a nice save. So if you're Jefferson, try to keep that pressure on, see if you can somehow get one through as you see more good opportunities for Jefferson there.
And right there, senior Kayla Youngworth. It seems like Dubé had her number even when the game started. Youngworth very good in the offensive side of the ice this game as both goalies facing power play penalties on their own team. Power plays just throughout the second period, both teams having one, but both teams killed it even though it seemed like they were playing aggressive the entire time. Both teams being on the power play.
Yeah, Becky St. George with 2 saves in that period, one right there.
And puck for Jefferson was able to get in front of the net a lot of this. This was a good save, good glove save there by St. George. Her first start this year for varsity.
Playing well. It's hard to get playing time over Chastity Anderson. She's one of the best goaltenders in the metro area, even though she's only a junior. But when her number's been called tonight, St. George has been up to the task, most notably on this breakaway right here.
Yeah, big save right there. And when you look at these highlights and these shots on goal that are just corralled in by Dubé as she's had a great game, you see a lot of smiles on this Jefferson team though, and those are from those seniors who, as right there was that controversial play we saw right there from those seniors, and most noticeably number 21 Kayla Youngworth, the senior assistant captain, daughter of Jeff and Stacy Youngworth. Number 21 next in our senior spotlight. This is her 5th year on the varsity team. Next year, she will not be playing hockey, but will be playing lacrosse, Division I lacrosse at Kent State. And her words of advice to her teammates was never be able to look back and say you could have given a little bit more. Always be able to look back and say you gave it everything you had. And that's what she is doing tonight, as she has really been giving it her all tonight. And same with Captain Jordan Foshing, the senior, number 27, daughter of Beth and John. Just like Kayla, her 5th year playing with the Jaguars, she'll be going to University of Wisconsin-Madison with a major of industrial engineering. And her words of advice to her teammates is that time goes fast, so make the most of every game in practice, and most importantly, just have fun. And that's what they're doing tonight. The Jaguars are smiles all around. 1-1 entering this third period, 15 seconds till puck drop. 16 shots on goal for Jefferson, 12 for Hastings. What does either team really have to do right now to really take advantage of this third period and ultimately win the game?
Well, I want to talk about Kayla Youngworth for a little bit, Daniel. We saw her excel as the goalie. She's one of the best goalies in the Metro. You could say she could be playing soccer somewhere next year at the collegiate level. Certainly you look at her play on the ice, she could be playing somewhere, hockey somewhere next year at the collegiate level, but instead, maybe her best sport is lacrosse. So terrific athlete, as are all of the seniors for Jefferson, but hopefully one more strong period for them, and 2-1 is probably going to win this, Daniel, the way this game's been going. So,
and maybe we'll get an extra treat of overtime, which Jefferson has been all too familiar with this year. And to those watching at BEC-TV and Hastings Community TV, hopefully we can spend some more time with you, but at the same time, we want to try to get our cars out of the cold, as it is a freezing one still in this almost polar vortex part 2 type of deal across the whole U.S. I have a friend who plays baseball down in Texas, and he was sledding for the first time, actually, just today. And so we'll see if either of these teams come out hot and maybe melt away this 1-1 tie entering this third period. As
well, wouldn't be surprised if this one went to overtime. It'd be the 4th time this year for Jefferson. There's so many. This is their 10th game. They, at the end of the tonight, 4 of them might be overtime games, 2 other 1-goal losses. It's just been, it's hard to score on this Jefferson team, but that's why you're seeing a lot of these ties, and tonight no exception.
And one could say equally as hard to score on this Hastings team, as face-off is won by Jefferson but stolen away by Hastings. Here is the great offensive defender player, Raiden, who's been pretty quiet tonight. Puck now pass, and here's a speedy Hansen on the breakaway. George makes a great save to get the puck out of the opposition, and now here comes Hastings off the rebound. Raiden showing her offensive puck skills, taken away by Windorf, though. Good defensive play right there, Josh.
Look out, Bella Grant's ahead of the
Bella
play.
Grant's got a fast break. The puck's gonna go right to the net, but Barrel barely getting away. A backhanded shot by Grant, and it's gonna be off the blocker of Dubé. Dubé just stayed at home there when the buck was going on that fast break.
Was surprising to me she didn't come out and cut that down. It certainly looked like she could have done it, but
Johnson gives it to Lesh, who makes a good shot on net, gloved by Dubé. Though when your saves are this high from the second period until now, might as well just try to get some more saves on your stat sheet for that save percentage, right?
I hope the next 16 minutes are as entertaining as that first minute of this third period was, Daniel. Holy cow.
We would love that as puck goes flying behind the net for Jefferson. Here's Shook, who's also had a quiet night. She goes flying, and it's going to be a penalty right there as a couple roars there, but I think that was the right call, Josh.
I can see why they called that penalty. I can also understand why Tim Duggan is extremely hot at that official right there. It looked fairly incidental to me, but Jefferson's going to get a golden opportunity here.
As Benson, the senior, will go to the box, and 2 minutes on this power play for Jefferson. Both teams having power plays each in the first and second period. Puck goes flying behind Wozniak. She could not find it.
Yeah, Hastings 1 for 2, Jefferson 0 for 2 so far.
Johnson looking for another Jaguar. Here's Wozniak getting it into Hastings zone, drops it off for Long Henry. On the near side, Long Henry gives it back to her defender Johnson, swinging it to Wozniak. On the far side now, here's Shook with a shot on net. Good blocker save there by Hastings, and that puck is going to be flung to Jefferson's zone. St. George out of the net for Jefferson, for Johnson to retrieve it, but good effort there by the junior Zaruba to keep pressure up in that front end behind the net for Jefferson.
And that pressure by Zaruba forces that bad pass. It's an icing call on the Jaguars. Jefferson will change up here and get that senior power play group out there for this last minute 9.
Who have really shown great chemistry this game, but time flies when you're having fun, Josh, watching this game. 1 minute already trimmed off that power play. Good job by Hastings killing it so far.
Power play always goes really quickly if you're on the power play, and it always lasts forever if you're shorthanded.
And they say your best killer for the power play is your goalie. And this game, Dubé has just been that for Hastings. Good pass right there by Jones and Grant. Waiting for everyone to get on sides is Youngworth, who has had her chances, of course, this game, Josh, to score. And she has yet to hit the bottom of the net, but I have a feeling that maybe this power play she'll get another chance at that.
You were giving her some kind words of encouragement in between periods, Daniel.
I did make eye contact with the senior while she was in her not her normal locker room, but I kind of just flung my arms up like the coach over at Hastings after that tripping call and was like, just score. But well, maybe she'll take my words of advice right here as she gives it to Jones, who has a nice bullet pass over to Grant. Grant leaves it off to her senior teammate Foshing. Puck is free at the middle. A Hastings Raider slips right there. Now here's Grant and Jones on this fast break. Grant's going to leave it for Youngworth. Youngworth gets it as the power play is now officially killed off the blocker of Dubé as Youngworth's shot on net. Keeping it in the zone of Hastings was Stella Barge, who, may we add, had a beautiful pass in the second period to Youngworth, but nothing to be made out of it. Here's a pass.
Nice catch by Larson.
Up to Larson. Larson gets another great pass to Getters, but Getters cannot retain possession. She's going to have a shot, a pass or shot on net, nevertheless taken away by Hastings. A good opportunity right there in front of the net of Hastings. Puck is given to Hubbard on the far side. Puck pressed up against the boards. 2 Raiders, 2 Jaguars once again over there. Puck is now.
These are the board battles that Jefferson's been winning so frequently in this game,
The
Daniel,
forecheck,
happening right now.
like you have said, has been Jefferson's big ticket as a Raider falls there, but nothing is called as shot is up against the blocker of Dubé. No one there for the rebound though, and it's going to now be Hastings on the attack. Puck is dropped off by Gruden. Icing on Hastings, and it's going to go down for Jefferson on Hastings' side.
Really good penalty
For a
kill, though,
face-off.
for Hastings, Daniel, that last time. They were very disruptive in the neutral ice area. Didn't really ever let Jefferson get it set up until those final moments of the power play. So really strong kill for this Raider penalty kill that struggled a little bit at under 80% for the year, but they can defend like that. That number is only going to go up.
Puck now press up against the boards. Here is Shook. Shook is really wanting that shot on net, and it's going to be taken away by Hastings. You really think that Shook, 6 and white here, is definitely proud by this Hastings team before the game, as she has just been pressured non-stop the entire game.
She threw that one out front. That was dangerous, too.
As now Hastings is on the attack now. Here is Bernard. Bernard just gives it down behind Jefferson's net. Lesh gets it. Now here's Shook on the near side, trying to get around Daly on Hastings. Now here's Long Henry, loses the puck, almost trying to get to her forehand there, and we know Long Henry is very dangerous when she gets a shot on net, but right there, not there. Daly now has the puck taken away by the senior Foshing.
There's that forecheck again.
Backhand shot by Jones, no good. Behind the net is Jones, and trying to find a Jaguar. Nobody there for Jefferson, though. And now here's Hastings on the attack. Bernard once again just flings it down for a little line change.
That's what you're looking for. That forecheck allows you to maintain zone time, and then when the opponent does get it back to neutral, all they can do is dump it in at the end of a shift.
Youngworth press up against the boards right there by Hansen. Almost looked like the ref got in the way a little bit. Good. Nonetheless, good job by Hastings to get it out of the playmaker's hand right there. Puck against the near side boards. But it ends up in Schuster's hand. Schuster behind her own net, trying to find another Raider. Good steal there by Foshing. Foshing trying to find a fellow senior, as like we've said before, this is that all-senior lineup. Youngworth making a play. Jones tries to fire it inside, blocked off a Raider stick, and now here comes Scove, who scored in the first period. Good move to get to her forehand, and they're testing St. George. What a save, and it's gonna be whistled off. What a save there by St. George. Wow, just a great save on that fast break opportunity for Hastings.
That's on Scove, their best goal
Scove,
scorer.
and how about that move to get to her forehand right here,
Great
Josh?
move. It's hard to deke out Megan Wendorf. That's what Scove did right there. But credit Becky St. George. A terrific performance from her tonight on senior night.
It's hard to deke out Windorf, but apparently it's harder to deke out St. George tonight, as she's going to glove it right there.
Then that puck got behind her on that second attempt on the rebound, and Wendorf with her stick helped to secure it so it didn't go over that line. So total team effort for the Jaguars on that last defensive sequence. And that's the danger of that Jefferson is dealing with in this game. They've been so aggressive offensively with that forecheck. If it gets behind them, there are opportunities to be had for the Raiders.
Face-off was up against the boards for both teams, but now it's Jefferson's possession. Here is Bartz, speedy behind the net, trying to do a wraparound shot. She's been trying to do that all game, Josh. As maybe that's definitely her strength. Definitely this game, she's gotten some good looks and trying to get an assist as well.
Speaking of speed,
yeah, the quiet Raiden tonight trying to get something going, but 2 Jaguars right there. Good job by Johnson and Lesh to not even let her get a pass off up against the boards. Is Lesh, and we're hearing those boards colliding with players a lot this third period, as puck will actually go to Raiden. Good poke check there by the freshman Lesh. Lesh is going to try switch her forehand, and it's going to be far right would have almost tucked into that pocket as Shook passed it to Long Henry. She's going to have a shot on net. It's going to go off the blocker of Dubé. Puck is passed off the Wozniak, but it's going to be stolen away by the speedy Rambasher, who showed her speed in the first period, but it's been pretty quiet for the past 2 periods as we are already 8 minutes in to our 3rd period already. Pretty crazy as I see you look up at that scoreboard, Josh. Puck up against the near side boards now.
So far, just 4 shots on goal for Jefferson, 3 for Hastings. It seemed like most of them came in that first minute.
Oh, and what an opportunity there by Hastings. The puck went right in front of the net. Becky St. George just had to look at it almost in slow motion, seeing the puck slide right in front of her, out of her reach, but Jefferson catches a break there. Hastings does not capitalize on that opportunity, and it's going to be a face-off.
Just has to be a horrific feeling for a goaltender to so out of nowhere that puck just happened to carry him off of I think a leg directly out front, but Jefferson with St. George and their defense reacting quickly.
Bodies collide right there on the far side. Good blocker save by St. George. Almost confused where the puck is, but good defense by Jefferson right now. Grant up against the boards, and now here comes Jefferson. 2-on-1 fast break. Foster's going to take it herself. Here's Foster, loses the puck, and it's going to be a loose puck there by Windor. What a pass inside to Grant, and Grant's going to be off the blocker. Dubé. The puck is still not possessed by anyone. Puck is right in front of the net. Oh my goodness, chaos here at the Ice Garden.
There is a penalty on Hastings as Bella Grant got tripped up, so Jefferson's going to go on the power play. It was not on the initial rush by Fashion. That was excellent defense initially by Hastings, number 9. Ariana Claren really got back and harassed Fashion, but it's going to be Grant out front right there on that trip. It's going to put Jefferson back on the power play, and a great chance here, Daniel. Started with that rush by Fashing.
Yeah, good eye, Josh, right there. As from my point of view, I cannot see anything but just absolute chaos in front of the net as there's like four bodies on the ground. Puck is nowhere to be found as faceoff is won by Jefferson. Johnson will get it at the top of the key. Will play catch with Wozniak. Wozniak now closing in, drops it off behind the net to her shooter, Long Henry. Long Henry behind the net. Finding a inward pass, but no one to get it. Puck will go flying to Jefferson's end. Wozniak will get it. Of course, no icing call there because it is a power play. Just like that, 30 seconds killed already, Josh.
Boy, Jada Hansen really causing Jefferson all sorts of problems.
Yeah, great job by Hastings on this power play kill this entire game. Here's a crafty Shook crossing over to the opposition. Wozniak going to drop it off behind the net. Puck is not retained by anyone quite yet. Now it's going to be Hastings. Claren behind the net, but taken away by Long Henry. Long Henry looking at her options. Lesh is going to get on the near side, passing it to Wozniak, who misses a slap shot. Golden opportunity right there. I'm pretty sure Wozniak would love that one back as Johnson actually is going to flip it, but puck will go flying to St. George. As 45 seconds left in this power play. 7 minutes left in this game. 10 minutes already eclipsed. Youngworth loses the puck and her stick as puck goes flying behind the net here. Here's Windorf.
Jefferson changing to get that senior power play group out there for the final half minute. But good kill once again by Hastings, being very disruptive at the top of the zone and at neutral ice.
Officially 30 seconds now. Youngworth with a risky pass, but it pays off to Lesh, who's going to get a shot on net. Another good save there by Dubé, and this final little ice right there by Hastings could be the official dagger for this power play kill. 5 seconds now as Hastings will be back in full strength soon, but in the meantime, Grant's going to try to take advantage of that last 5 seconds. She's going to go in, come behind the net, looking for some action. She's going to have a shot on net. Puck is loose off of a rebound off the goalie, Dubé. Now here comes Hastings on a 2-on-1. Here's Gruden. Right in, good shot on net off the front blocker. It's going to be a goal for Hastings. Number 24, Bergquist gets the rebound. And like we saw in that first period from Windorf, those rebounds do pay off. Bergquist with the goal to finally break this tie 2-1 in a chaotic first 12 minutes, and good effort here for Hastings Bergquist to get this goal right here.
Yeah, and key on that play was that initial shot taken by Gruden. It wasn't to the near side post, Daniel. It was toward that far side post where if that rebound does pop out, it's going to pop out most likely in the direction of where Bergquist was going. So nice job by Gruden on that shot location leading to that rebound.
And look at this aggressiveness of Hastings. They're pressing everyone in Jefferson's zone as a pass is dropped off. For Bernard behind Jefferson's net. Puck is gonna go right to St. George, and it is gonna be a face-off in their zone. If you look over at that bench, number 50, Jesse Anderson, looking pretty eager maybe to come out.
Well, it's hard when you don't have any, you get more nervous when you're not playing in the game, Daniel.
Yeah, exactly. I'm up here even as just a reporter, and I'm still shaking. Here is Jefferson now going the offense. This is going to be a pass that will ultimately end up as icing. Lots of icing kind of this game for both teams, as lots have been called, but lots haven't been called because of the power plays. Jefferson has seen 3 of them, if I can recall correctly, 4 of them actually, and they have not capitalized on a single one. Good job by Hastings power play kill defense, as the shots on goal is now tied 21-21 as Jefferson wins the faceoff here. Eclipsing that 5-minute mark for Jefferson. Here is Shook, who loses the puck. Good job by Schuster to keep it onside. Puck still on Jefferson's side, but now it is taken by Raiden. But bad pass, and Lesh is going to take advantage of that. Lesh is going to try to get another shot on net, but good defense there by Hastings. 2 Raiders were able to apply pressure. Here's Shook on her forehand. Good deflection there by Hastings, and they did not even let a shot on goal. But here's Windorf with a shot on net, and that is going to be saved by the glove of Dubé. Lots of stuff happening right there. I just have to apply all my attention to number 6 in white, Shook, because she is so dangerous with the puck.
She's as close to a clutch player as you get in hockey, Daniel. She always seems to make those plays
time and time again
near the end of games or overtime, so hopefully she can be a factor here in this final 4:44.
I have a feeling we're not going to see a lot of line changes for this Jefferson team, as the senior lineup once again is back out there with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left as puck is dropped off to Grant. Now on that near side, Fossen going to give it up to Jones. Right to Windorf, it's going to float right over the net. I thought magically it almost could drop, almost like a MLB pitcher doing a little slider, as Windorf steals a puck, and it's going to almost just drop right in. Windorf doing all sorts of sorcery to try to get that puck in, almost controlled by a drone like we said in that second period. Now here comes the speedy Rambasher on the boards, pressing up against Youngworth, and she's going to get hit with the back of the skate.
My goodness.
Of Rambasher. It looks like she's in pain, but she's been tough all season, having multiple injuries. That little kick's not going to ruin her senior night as she skates off, line change, icing.
You'd like to see Fashioning at least get to the red line and try to dump that in, Daniel, but that last shift for Jefferson, that's kind of effort they're going to need to put forward here in this final 3:44. We saw them score late against Hopkins Park to tie it. They're going to need another late goal here if they want to get to that 4th overtime game.
3 minutes and 40 seconds left in this Hastings-Jefferson battle. 2-1, Hastings with the advantage. If you're watching at home or just joining us right now, thanks for watching on BEC-TV and Hastings Community TV, as sticks have been flying, pucks have been flying, and right there, gloves have been flying, as Stella Bart's, the Jefferson Jaguars glove, went flying. Jefferson actually with the advantage on shots on net, but the score has not reflected on that, as it's 2-1 advantage to Hastings, as Hastings, good defensive play there by Daly, and now here comes Hastings on the opposite end. Hastings going to drop it off to Gruden. Gruden's going to get a shot on net. It's going to hit the top of the net, and it's going to be called dead.
Yeah, St. George making a shoulder save there.
And
good forecheck by Hastings. They haven't really established it all that much in this game, but right there you saw them keep the puck in the Jaguar zone for an extended period, and certainly that is going to aid them if they can do that more here in the final 3 minutes.
If you're a Jaguar fan watching, you can be glad that number 21 is back on the ice for Jefferson. Youngworth just fine, getting back on the ice. She's not going to let something like that get her out the game as Shook gets a nice drop-off pass to Youngworth with a beautiful pass to Long Henry, but it's going to be no good.
Yeah, just a little too far, unfortunately.
Shook has it now. Shook trying to keep it in Hastings territory. Behind is Schuster, who gets it taken away. Shook hit from behind. Here's Youngworth slap shot. He's going to get off of a stick of flush and a wide open net. Right there, opportunity. Now penalty, now it's going to be called on Hastings. Oh my goodness, opportunities for Jefferson.
I think that Youngworth shot hit the post.
And hit a player, maybe, and then it actually, let's look at this once again.
Another look, watch Youngworth, top right of your screen, going to take this pass. And then wide open net, Long Henry. Just
you can see the frustration. The timeout is called.
Misses it, but Jefferson is going to go on the power play for the 5th time.
As the penalty was on Maddie Schuster right there, as, once again, another power play opportunity. You're going to see that all senior lineup.
Jefferson's going to have the option, too, to pull St. George. You could for that 6-on-4 attacker. I don't know if I do that just yet if I'm Mike Ryan, but
from the way they've been icing the past 2 power plays, one of those times that puck was just going to fly right into the net. So, once again, like you said, I don't know if I'm doing that quite yet, but if I'm Jefferson, I'm going back to that first period power play that they had of that give and go between Youngworth and Jones. That almost worked to perfection.
Well, another Jaguar girls hockey game, Daniel, and another exciting finish. Nothing new for this team where if they're not playing one of the top teams in the state, it's either a tie or a 1-goal game. Just
they just love to be dramatic.
Crazy stuff.
These big situations. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. When this power play is killed, there's going to be only 26 seconds left on this clock. But hopefully Jefferson could maybe get some type of offense going. 24 shots on goal for Jefferson, 22 for Hastings. And this past 5 minutes, it's been almost all Hastings. They've been really applying that pressure in that Jefferson zone of the ice, not even almost suffocating them and not letting them get across the blue line. As you see, goalie number 1, Becky St. George, will go out there as predicted. A 6-on-4 would have been quite interesting to see, though, coming from Coach Mike
It might happen in a little bit. We'll see. There's still a lot of time left. How about some late magic on senior night, Daniel?
Yeah, would love to see. These seniors especially would love to see that type of moment here.
There goes St. George to the bench. Extra skater out there.
6-on-4. They're going to bring out their shooter, Shook. Youngworth will get it on the far side, weighing in her options. Back out to Windorf at the point. Windorf's going to have one, and it's going to be deflected off of a stick. Good job by Jones to not let Hastings get any close to a possible shot on net. Foshing now on the far side behind the net. Here's Youngworth back to Foshing. Foshing, Youngworth playing catch. Youngworth going to pass to Jones with a nice shot on net, but it's going to be far right. Foshing and Youngworth are going to run it back. Youngworth is going to find she's going to pass it to the front of the net, but it's going to be no Jaguar is going to get it as it's off the blocker. Good job by Hastings killing this off.
I love those plays. So you get it to Young where she reads the defender. If they go to shade over to Morgan Jones and you have Grace Shuck in the middle. You saw both options there for Jefferson.
You got to be careful if you're Jefferson now. You don't want that puck to somehow get into the hands of a Raider as the puck goes off a skate and then off a Shook stick. And now here's Windorf with another slap shot. Good pursuit here by Jones to keep it on her own zone. Behind the net here is actually Raiden of the Raiders for Hastings. Puck is pressed up against Grant and Raiden. Now it's going to be out to Youngworth. Youngworth mishandles it, but gives it to Windorf. Windorf's going to overshoot the pass over to Jones. Under 1 minute now, as you hear from the house. As now here comes a shot on net. Good. I'm saying good save, but this is by St. George. This is by Windorf. Youngworth's going to take it on the near side. Youngworth trying to make matters to her own hands. She's going to drive into the net. She's going to try to maneuver herself around, and now she's going to be in front of the net. Good opportunity here. Another save for
oh my goodness.
For DeBow, and that's going to be DeBay, and that's going to be 35 seconds left in this game. Youngworth hitting the near side boards right there. Clear frustration, as that's probably her 11th shot on net.
Doing everything she can, but unfortunately this shot goes right into the midsection of Dubé. Youngworth has done everything tonight but score.
And that's the one thing Jefferson
That's what they need. They need that last goal as Hastings takes their timeout with just 34.6 seconds left and only 9 seconds left on the penalty. But boy, Jefferson, we've talked about Hastings. They've taken advantage of that. Their one really good opportunity this period. They found the back of the net on that 2-on-1 rush. Jefferson, you saw Long Henry with a partial open net. They just not been able to complete those plays that would have tied this game.
Yeah, big opportunities for both teams, and it's like you said, the mistakes that have been outweighed by Jefferson, it seems like now will be in favor of Hastings, 2-1 right now. And like you said, 35 seconds left in this third period. Maybe we see some late dramatic play, as it's been Jefferson's fashion this year. As Youngworth and Shook, you see 21 and 6. Maybe you see something from them, as they both have yet to see the back of the net when they usually get some good chances every single game.
This timeout allows that group to rest, and now they're back out there for the final half minute.
6-on-4 goalie is pulled still for Jefferson. St. George, the first start for her. She's done really good, 20 saves tonight. Inside the boxes is Schuster's face-off is won by Jefferson. Windorf, good job keeping it onsides. Youngworth winger options. Youngworth going to drive to the point. It's going to get taken away, but she's going to retain possession, but it's going to be took it away, and it's going to be it's going to be icing. Yes, it's going to be icing. I was really unsure about.
Very fortunate for Jefferson that happened just after the penalty expired. Or, boy, that might save the day if Jefferson can somehow get one in the back of the net here after this face-off.
Under 20 seconds left in this third period. Thanks for joining us, whether you're with BEC-TV or Hastings Community TV. It's been a fun one. It's going to be sad to let this one go, as Hastings, good job to get their defense, to get Jefferson outside. Here is Senior Bellegrade, where the puck is going to slip off the stick. 8 seconds now, 7 seconds, going to be a penalty on Jefferson, it looks like right here.
Yep, Grace Shuck just being too aggressive, just out of desperation, Daniel. Just too physical of a play. And
yeah, as a Raider is on the ice right now, on the ground. This is going to be a penalty on junior Grace Shuck. 4 seconds left. This faceoff will be taken in Jefferson's zone. It's going to be.
And that pretty much ends things, unfortunately.
Tough play as there's the captain for Hastings. She does get up though. Jada Hansen does get off and is skating off the ice. It was a tough boarding hit right there, but thankfully she gets off the ice just fine. Let's look back at this sequence right here. A good defensive play by Hansen to get this puck free, and then the power play. Hansen's
really been disruptive on the top of the penalty kill for Hastings. Really have to give number 7 in Royal Blue credit. Great work up there, and she's a big reason why Jefferson's going to finish this game 0 for 5 on the power play.
And it looks like right there they actually choose that this was an ejection.
Yeah, 5 in a game obviously doesn't matter here with just 3.7 seconds left.
Maybe we see, instead of Minneapolis Miracle, some type of Bloomington Miracle as confusion now. As the table is talking to their ref now down there.
Yeah, they need someone to serve this penalty, or that's what the ask was by the crew working the game. But I don't think think they're going to have the.
We'll see if it matters or not. As the clock rolls down, senior night in Jefferson is spoiled by the Hastings Raiders. 2-1 victory for the Raiders coming into Bloomington Ice Garden. They advance their record now to 4-6. Jefferson falls to 1-6-3. A tough game all the way to this third period. It really came down to that final 5 minutes, and whether you're watching at home or whether you're at the ice arena, it was such a great game. As Hastings 22 shots and goal 25 for Jefferson. As let's look at the highlights. Let's just reminisce on this game just a little more, Josh, as the third period seemed like the first and second period combined almost.
Yeah, right off the first minute, both teams had great chances. St. George making one of those 20 saves right there. Jefferson had every chance in the world to get one home in the third period, especially those final 5 minutes. You see Lesh denied there on the doorstep as
Dubé with 24 saves tonight. Great job by her.
More from Jefferson. Shuck there denied. Great move by Scove there, but St. George, yes, she let that one in the third period off that rebound, but
that was a crucial save right
for someone who has not played a single minute so far this year. Great senior night for her, albeit in defeat. There's more grade A opportunities for Jefferson. I don't know how some of these don't go in.
Yeah, just
But
opportunities after opportunities.
Give Dubé credit. She had entered the game with only an 88% save percentage, Daniel, but she played much better than those numbers. There's that power play, or the goal right after the Jaguar power play. It ended on that rebound.
Good job there by Hastings to really go out and pursue. If you're Jefferson and you're looking back at this game,
another missed opportunity there from Long Henry.
Is that the main topic that you're going to be talking about, those missed opportunities there?
You don't really talk
Maybe
about
buy
those.
a new stick for Youngworth because apparently it was cursed or something this game, as Dubé just had her number the entire night.
Just one of those games for Jefferson. It wasn't like they were dominant by any stretch of the imagination, but with all the chances, you would have liked to have seen more than one goal on the board. But that's been the struggle for this Jaguar team. They've been so solid defensively all year, but the goals have just been hard to come by, and we knew this was going to be a low-scoring, tight game, and unfortunately for Jefferson, Hastings just made one or two more plays, and they come out with the win tonight.
Well, thank you for joining Josh and I at the Bloomington Ice Garden. 2-1 Hastings will come out with the win on Jefferson's senior night. Once again, I'm Daniel Trummel alongside Josh Powers on BEC-TV, and thanks for watching. If you're watching on the Hastings Community TV, I know it's a far drive out here, so thanks to those who came to the arena, and to all those watching at home, keep it cool, and we'll see you next time.